Well, the power of Kroll is unusually short, so at least it has that going for it, which is nice. Welcome to the Time Treadmill. I'm Ron, and these are my sweaty thoughts about Doctor Who. Parts 3 and 4 of The Power of Kroll each run under 22 minutes, and that's with nearly 2 minutes of recap at the beginning of each of the episodes. It runs comically under time. So much so that at the climax of the story, after Kroll is defeated, there's a tacked-on second emergency ending that absolutely feels like another 90 seconds of padding to at least get a little bit more runtime. It's just comically bad. I mean, I'm trying to come up with kind things to say about this story, and I'm coming up short. Just all of the little details of it don't come together. There's a bit at the climax of part 2 where a mining pipe bursts and a tentacle comes forth, and one of the characters talks about how it's an 18-inch thick pipe, and it's clearly, visibly, a pipe with about 1-inch thick walls and maybe 10 inches across. There's the fact that Kroll keeps showing all of these tiny little tentacles when people are being captured, and yet whenever you see the wide shot, he has these massive, massive tentacles and no visible small ones. The special effects just don't keep up with the story writing. And there's the fact that in part 3, our lead characters spend most of that episode tied up to rack, where they're supposed to be being tortured and stretched out by the drying vines. And you have both Tom Baker and Mary Tamm tied to the same structure, which, if you've looked at the two of them, means that Mary Tamm can be stretched out to her full limit, and Tom Baker still has a couple of feet to maneuver in. So it's just not at all believable when they're being tortured on these racks. Genuinely, the only interesting thing I can say about this story, well, two things, actually, is one, as I mentioned yesterday, John Leeson being given his one on-screen role as one of the colonial miners, and he's totally fine in it. And the other is the return of actor Philip Madoc, who is best known perhaps as both the War Doctor in War Games and also the Mad Scientist in The Brain of Morbius, and who also appeared in one of the two Peter Cushing Doctor Who movies, making him one of the few actors that worked on both the movies and the TV series. And we'll get to another one in, several months when I get to the 10th Doctor era. And in The Power of Kroll, Philip Madoc is really quite good for at least what he's given, which isn't much. And that's genuinely all there is to say about this story. So I'm going to count my blessings that the episodes in this story were mercifully short, and look forward to the next 3 days with the final story in the Key to Time sequence, and finally put this entire stupid season behind me. I'm really, really looking forward to the next season, but I've got one more 6-part story to get through before then. I'll see you tomorrow.